But that shows the authenticity of the Rishi's words. You get it? So very rarely you get this kind of brilliant predictions.
A warm welcome here on my YouTube channel, and today for a very special interview with Sunil John, amazing Vedic astrologer from India. And so welcome, a warm welcome, Sunil John.
Thank you, Sylvia. It's a pleasure to be with you on your
Yes,
channel.
Yes, I found you on YouTube and you are really amazing. And your prediction techniques, the Brigu simple Nadi techniques are really astonishing. I learned so much about Vedic astrology, but when I found you, I understand it from another level, really fundamental level. And it really opens a lot of yes, of new understandings for me. So thank you very much for this. And I also knew you were traveling a lot through India and searching for this old wisdom and rare manuscripts, and you give them to the astrology community. And thank you so much for doing this work. And so, won't you please speak briefly about your path to astrology and what excites you most about this amazing science?
Uh, the most beautiful part about astrology, and incidentally and unfortunately, that we have forgotten in the last so many years, hundreds of years, is astrology is actually not a predictive science. In fact, some of our ancient texts do not appreciate it, okay, because of what it had turned out to be. Okay. Astrology is actually a corrective science. Initially, it was used to determine when to pray to God. When will God listen to us? It's like I'm your child and you're my mother, and uh, I'm coming and asking you for food, but you're sleeping. Okay. So it should be the right time also. So initially, it was for our rituals, it was used. It slowly became a predictive science, and the focus remained on the predictive part. Whereas the basis of astrology is karma. Like in the Bible, it says, as you sow, so shall you reap, you know. So is to understand what seeds we have planted, how to accept the good and bad of it, and how to correct it. Okay. So when you go through these three stages, okay, you get a realization. For example, you must have heard of Nadi, and many people must have heard. These are ancient palm leaves, where there are two types of palm leaves. One where the rishi has written a prediction on your horoscope. Okay. So people there, you find this in Tamil Nadu, south part of India. Okay. The north part is the Brigu Nadi, Brigu Samhita they call it. Okay, where Brigu Rishi, the son of Lord Brahma, has written it. So there even now, for people who are born now, you find the leaves where the Rishi, the sage, has written, okay, your future, your present, and going back your past. Who you were in the past life, what major karmas you did, and what will be the result of it, and what is the remedy for it. But what has happened, okay, for example, if you read Chandrakala Nadi, okay, it's available in English. So, R. Santanam translated it. If you read Chandrakala Nadi, okay, you get a lot about the past life. Combinations also you get. Various other nadis. The ancient system of prediction was if somebody comes and tells you, I have tumor. Okay? So first you need to make him realize what was the past he had done, mistake he has done. If somebody comes and tells us, okay, I have chest problem, breathing problem. Doctor asks, do you smoke? So doctor is asking our past. So then the doctor makes you realize that you got to stop smoking. So when we have pain, when we see a problem and pain is combined with it, and we know the past, what caused the pain, smoking. Okay. So we humans tend to realize our mistake and similar mistakes we will not do in the future.
Maybe.
Possibility increases of us not doing that. So this part of the past has been ignored. Why the knowledge started reducing? It was not passed on. And then there is the problem of veracity of the past life. How do we go and verify? But you have Edgar Casey in the West, in the last century, he's done phenomenal work on astrology and past life, etc. and all that. Okay. Then you have Brian Weiss, okay. Many Lives, Many Masters, the great phenomenal book. In my younger days, it was a phenomenon. Okay. You must have heard of Many Lives, Many Masters. Brian Weiss, Dr. Brian Weiss, psychologist, etc. and all that. If you haven't read or your audience haven't read it, it's a must read. Okay. So they have explained the past. They have explained that this is what we were, and thus, thanks to Dr. Brian Weiss, you have past life regression today. Okay. So we need to first find out our past. Now, most of the times, 99.9% of times, we can't find out the past because that astrology hardly exists. But what we did, Saptarishi's Astrology magazine, when we launched in 2008, this was a question that was bogging us, that every writer is writing astrology is past life karmas. The base of astrology is past life and karma theory. But when we go to an astrologer, okay, nobody used to say what is our past or what is our pending karma. Okay. So we brought out a technique for the first time in 2008 or 9, I'm forgetting, in the editorial, where I showed how to easily identify one's pending karma. It is one of 100 techniques. If you want, I can teach it today, later part of this session. I will show it on example charts of Celine Dion, Mahatma Gandhi, Adolf Hitler, okay, and Oprah Winfrey, okay, and many others. I'm sure it depends on your audience. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible, okay, so that your audience, your students, they can understand it as easy. So what has happened in astrology? People are learning from classes, okay. They are not reading the books. They need to read our classics. Then these are the available classics we need to read. Then the classics which are in different languages is a problem. It's not getting translated in English. So Saptarishi's Astrology brought out these manuscripts. We paid from our own pocket. We brought out, put it on the website so that people could download. If they want, they can translate, put it out. So this was a revolution at that point of time. Because what was the olden theory for thousands of years? If you had a manuscript, you keep it in your family. You don't pass on the knowledge. So if I have a cure for COVID, okay, or if I have a cure for cancer, I'll keep it in my family, that's it. And I'll come up with the reason, whether valid or not valid, okay. Both are there, okay, and both are justified, okay. That it will be misused, sold at an exorbitant price, etc. and all that. So many classics got hidden. So we tried bringing this knowledge out, and then especially the Bhrigu knowledge, which is before Parashar Rishi, okay. Because Bhrigu Rishi is the son of Lord Brahma, our creator. In our Hindu mythology, he is considered the creator. So he was a very powerful Rishi, person who even challenged Lord Vishnu, okay, a person who even kicked Lord Vishnu on his chest. Okay, the greatness of Vishnu was, he asked as soon as Bhrigu Rishi woke him up by kicking him, the greatness of Lord Vishnu was, did you get hurt? He is asking Bhrigu Rishi, are you getting? Bhrigu Rishi is hitting him with his leg. But Vishnu gets up and says, did your leg get hurt? So that's the greatness of God. Anyway, so Bhrigu Rishi, that knowledge of Bhrigu Rishi, what I have been reading for the last 100 years of astrological journalism, 1936 onwards, I've been, old magazines, I've been reading that. So Bhrigu Rishi's system was always considered the most hidden system for snapshot predictions, stunning predictions. Okay. So that is, the Rishi has several systems. One is Bhrigu Nadi. Okay. My guru, great legendary writer, C.S. Patel, who won the Lifetime Achievement Award by American Council of Vedic Astrology in America, he was invited. He had Bhrigu Nadi, he had Buddha Nadi, okay, he had Amsha Nadi, many Nadis he had. Okay. So he gave me that. Okay, that was very nice of him. We translated, Chandrasekhar Sharma translated some portion of it, we put it in our magazine. Okay. So I went in search of people having this knowledge and many other ancient knowledge. So all over India, I traveled for years, brought out these people, okay, made them write articles in the magazine. Some we interviewed on our YouTube channel, Saptarishi's Astrology YouTube channel. And it's a very expensive affair. You have to leave your wife and child and travel. And most of the time you travel, 10 days you travel, you meet 50, 60 astrologers, but one or two will be great. Many of them will refuse to come on camera. Many of them say, I can share knowledge, but I can't write. I'm not a writer. Many of them don't know Hindi. They don't know English. Then they will write in Gujarati or some other language. We had volunteers all over the world. You know, we've been very lucky to get very, very good volunteers who work free for us, although it's a private business. So that was a unique part about the movement called Saptarishis Astrology. People helped, they translated. We removed such knowledge out for years. It's now 15 years, 2008 we started. We removed such knowledge out that these were hidden astrologers. They did not have a platform, and we gave them a world platform. So in 2008 itself, the magazine was going in 120 countries. So anyway, coming to my passion is what I feel people need to concentrate. What has become the problem is astrology has become a predictive science. It needs to be a psychology-based science also and a corrective science where we correct our karma. Otherwise, why do we call astrology or Jyotish? Jyotish means lighting the lamp. Okay. Lighting the lamp within of the client, for the client. Okay. So we call it a spiritual science. Now tell me, if I go to an astrologer in India or anywhere, okay, if he is only telling me, okay, I'll get married so and so year, so and so date, I'll get a job so and so year, I become a millionaire so and so year, I'll have a car so and so year, I'll buy a property so and so year. Where is my spiritual journey going? You're getting it? So that spiritual part of astrology is not happening. Of course, the problem is today's clients don't want to know, okay, their spiritual side. They don't want to know what should I do to evolve myself. How do I evolve myself by which the same problems that I have faced in the last 3 decades, 4 decades, at least in the future, I don't repeat it, or maybe at least in the next life. So the job of an astrologer is to guide him and increase his punya. Punya means good karma, good deeds. He has to increase the bank balance of the client's good deeds. Why? Problems will always come in life. It is only your good deeds which will protect you or reduce the bad events effect. You know. So that is the reason why do Hindus or any other religion, why do we keep on doing prayers or meditation? So that our aura is strong to withstand bad times. Any questions? Sorry, I'm speaking. You're the host. You should also ask some questions if you have.
No, that's fine. I can understand. This is your excitement to, yes. And I think for most people, it is really important to understand what blocks them and to see that this creates their future and that it does not really help only to focus on the future if you do not understand what is about your belief system and what is the reason why you do what you do, think what you think, and feel what you feel. So this is most important. Yes.
See, Sanatan Dharma, okay, our ancients, our rishis, okay, they came up with a concept called Shad Ripus for us to understand. Okay. Shad Ripus means the six weaknesses, you know. Like you have, I think in the Western world, they have something similar, the six, seven, or the seven sins, you
Ah,
know.
yes. Mhm.
These six weaknesses are anger, hatred, jealousy, okay, lust, greed, okay. Even miserliness is a weakness. So the rishis said that we humans, in every lifetime, the absolute basic karma, okay, if you say a man is having addiction problems, okay, so he does not have control over these six weaknesses. A man is having, a human is having high sexual ability or whatever, lust, okay. So he doesn't have control over lust, which is one of the weaknesses, okay. Some people have a lot of greed for money, hunger for money. Now we all know at the end of the day, the only thing we require, okay, is a 6 feet burial ground. That's the only money you require. And that too, institutions or government provided free in a way. Okay. But we know we can't carry anything from this life to the next life. But what do we carry? We carry these six weaknesses because that pattern will be there. So God has created us. The concept is God has created us for us to master ourselves, for us to understand and master ourselves. And when we keep on mastering ourselves, we become godlike. We become godlike. So even the rishis, when they took birth, they also had to overcome anger. Like we had one rishi who was very angry. Then there was another rishi, Vishwamitra, he had to overcome lust. So these are the lessons of our life. Okay. God doesn't judge us, but God basically has created a system. Okay. Like in the Bible, karma theory is mentioned. As you sow, so shall you reap. Okay. In the Bible, you had, like the Hebrew Bible, I'm told, we had an article published by J. Wise from Switzerland, okay, on the astrology mentioned in the Bible. So most religions have astrology, okay. And if you go down to the absolute base, okay, our goal is to unite with God, okay. Our goal is to perfect ourselves, okay. And eventually, you see, we carry nothing. The only thing we carry from this life to the next is the six weaknesses. So for many, many lifetimes, we are only overcoming the six weaknesses. That is where an astrologer comes. He says this planet is exalted. This planet is debilitated. Many of us, when we are learning astrology, we learn exaltation is good. Okay. Debilitation is bad. Actually, both are not good. Okay. Both are not good. Why? Both are extreme states. Like the Buddha say, the middle path is the correct path, as per him. Okay? And many of us have realized it's always better to be uh, politically right, we say, right? So the finer version of it is it's always better to be balanced. So our goal is to become balanced in every area of life, whether it is eating food, whether it is having any addiction, whether it is lust for money, for sex, whatever. Okay. So the astrologer says you are Jupiter exalted in the seventh house. You could face problems in marriage. You getting it?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you go deeper into astrology, okay, you realize what we learn at the start and what you get through experience, okay, is something else. I was in fifth class, probably in 1983, when I started this. Now it is 2023. Okay. Of course, my initial years was more towards my studies rather than astrology, you know. And it happened more seriously after 1992. Okay. And then more seriously in 2002 because of career. I had concentrated on career. But the journey has continued. Okay. I am not interested in predictions. Although you'll find so many YouTube videos of mine where I have predicted but blindly on blind charts. Okay. So many videos. Okay. But people get impressed with that. But I say no. Understand your pending karma. And there are hundreds of methods. I have seen, read from classics, they are deep, they have coded, you got to decode it, think. Sometimes throughout the night you're thinking why the rishi has written like this, why the rishi is looking at this horoscope and making such and such prediction. So we need to
Can you shortly explain pending karma? Because a lot of people maybe do not know this.
sure, I'll do that. Do people, your audience, do they understand karma? Let me just have a sip of it. Do they understand karma?
I think karma is that the most people understand that what you give, some will come back to you in any way.
Correct.
And yes, but pending, maybe you can.
I'll explain it in a different manner. Let's assume I come to you and ask you money, okay? And you give me 10,000 pounds or $10,000, okay? I probably return you 500 or $1,000, okay? After that, I vanish. Now, what are you going to feel? You're going to say this man was sick, he wanted money, you gave him money, okay? You did a kind act. And I did an unkind act of not returning your money, knowing very well that I have to return it to you. Okay. I die. Okay. I go to the next life. But that energy deficit is there.
Mhm.
It's like governments. One government borrows money from another government. Okay. The term of the president or the prime minister changes and another one comes. But we owe that country. We owe that country. So same thing. We are only changing bodies, but the energy, the soul is the same. So, what is that $9,000 pending with me? Okay, I will have to give it to you. Many a times, what happens? My intention is there to give it to you, but a calamity in my country happens, an earthquake happens, I die. Still, it becomes a pending karma in the next life for me.
Mhm.
You getting?
Yeah.
That is pending karma. So it doesn't mean every time, people, I have seen so many thousands of people, they feel, oh, pending karma means something evil. It's just that a disease happened, a calamity happened, and I died. Or, or circumstances were such, I was coming on the way to give you those $9,000 and I got robbed. Now, because I had delayed it to such an extent, when I tell you on the phone, hey, I got robbed here, okay, I got mugged, okay, you might not believe me and you may be angry with me because you needed that $9,000 for your family. So you have to find out when Mars is involved in a pending karma, Mars is anger. So the person is angry. You're getting it?
Mhm.
So this is very important to find that out. First, clear your debts in life. Then only you can start a new business with positivity and no stress. I need to first correct my DNA. No? Okay. So this is a very, very important thing. It is there in any Nadi you read, any prediction by the Rishi. It is there with every horoscope is done. But unfortunately, for thousands of years, we Indians have not been following it. We had the advantage of past life astrology, past life karmas, reading it in Puranas and everything. But somewhere down the line, the knowledge depleted. And because we don't have the knowledge, whatever we have, we are flaunting it. We are purposely not telling everybody that this knowledge is missing and is the most important key. And that is the reason so many Indians and foreigners, they flock to Tamil Nadu in India, to Vaiteshwaran Koil, the village where all these ancient leaves are kept. They are there everywhere. Okay. But here, this village in Tamil Nadu, okay, has a lot of leaves. Okay. But as a result, a lot of fake people have also come in Nadi. Nadi astrologers, a lot of fake. So they are faking the leaves, or the leaves are mantra Nadi leaves. Okay. Where only your past comes true and future does not come true. Okay. Because they are invoking a spirit and telling you your past. For example, my wife does not believe in astrology, but we were traveling through South India. I took her. Luckily, her friend wanted that kind of reading. So she said, Sir, let's go. I said, okay, let's go. I convinced my wife. She said, okay, fine. She came. So she was doing her reading, Agastya Nadi reading, Agastya Rishi reading. She was doing. After 10 minutes, the Nadi said, your mother's name is so and so. Exact name. And her mother's name is actually, if you hear it in Indian language, okay, it is called Kamlesh. It's actually a male's name. But somehow her family had given her that name. So that kind of prediction is not possible via normal astrology. And here it is impossible to make that prediction because you are saying your mother's name. Mother is obviously female. And I am telling you, for example, I tell you your mother's name is John. Now that is not possible, right? John is a male's name. But that shows the authenticity of the Rishi's words. You get it? So very rarely you get this kind of brilliant predictions. Most of these nadis are, I tell people, don't waste your money. Just take a piece of paper, write down all your flaws and start correcting them. You got the reading from a Rishi free of charge. Any questions? Please ask. Like pending karma, you ask any other.
You want to show us today a technique. Shall we
Yes.
go to this?
See, first and foremost, there are 12 houses in the horoscope. Okay.
I will change the view so you can. So.
I'll show you a screen. Okay. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So you understand South Indian? Do you see this line here? So this is the ascendant.
Yes, the ascendant, yes.
This is Aries.
Mm-hmm.
Those who understand North Indian among your audience, we call this. Okay. Now, the sixth house from here. What will be that house? It will be this house. Correct?
Yeah.
That is Virgo.
Virgo, yes.
For North Indians, it will be this. The sixth house shows 108 significations. Some of them, every house shows 108 significations. We only know 5-10. Okay. But some of them, what we know commonly, this is the sixth house is the house of debts, loans, your debts. Okay. Your sixth house is the house of your health, diseases rather. Okay. So what is the cause of disease? It is a previous life karma or this life karma. Okay. So your sixth house is primarily your what we call in Indian Sanskrit rin. Rin means debts. So what are your debts in this life? You see it from the ascendant. So sixth is what you owe in this life to people, to universe. Okay. So step number one, okay, is to find out the sign of the sixth house. Now you can take it from natal ascendant. You can even take it from moon ascendant. Moon ascendant, this will be the sixth house. Suppose your moon is here in Libra. If your moon is in Libra, okay. So which will be the sixth house? This will be the sixth house, Pisces. Okay. So what is the sign of Pisces? Pisces means spirituality. Pisces means donation. Pisces means past life. Okay. Pisces means to give. And Pisces means many other things. But Pisces, one very beautiful part is the symbol. It is like two fish going in circle. Correct?
Yeah.
So you have to master that circle energy. Whether that circle energy is positive now or negative now will depend on afflictions by other planets. Done?
Yes.
Pisces primarily means past life. That is the reason you'll find Libra people, okay, they are always influenced by the past more strongly. They will end up doing something unorthodox. Okay. Why? It's coming from previous life. So when you understand which is the house, okay, when you understand which is the house, okay, say for example, the sixth house for a Mesh Lagna, Aries ascendant, okay, would be Virgo. So you understand Virgo first. The sign itself will give you 10 clues on what is the pending aspects in your life. So if you know 10 things about Virgo, 5 of them are in your life matching as problematic area. Out of the 10 things that you know about Virgo, if 5 are matching as a problematic area, then you know these are the areas you need to focus and work upon and master. The energy you need to master.
Yeah.
Then you see the Lord. Okay, before you see the Lord, see if any planet is placed here in this house. Suppose Sun is placed. So Sun, significator, father, authorities, discipline, okay, steadfastness, okay, being set on your goal, okay. If you know these are your weaknesses, if you have a bad relationship with your father, you got to work upon, you got to forgive him, okay, ask forgiveness. So whatever planet is placed in the sixth house, that is your second step. That energy you need to master. Suppose Sun is placed over there. Sun in your Mesh ascendant, Aries ascendant, is the fifth lord of children. Fifth lord in the sixth house, correct? Fifth lord, sixth house. So you know you have some debts regarding children. So how do you use this knowledge? The next time he doesn't listen to you, you need to have patience. Guide him, but be firm. Why? Sun is firm. Am I able to communicate? Are you able to understand? Any doubts before you go to the step 3 and step 4?
I understand. Yes, you can. Yeah, you
Continue.
can go further.
Okay. So the next step, after you've seen if any planet is placed in the 6th house, okay, any planet is placed in the 6th house, you have to see any aspects to the 6th house. Those will add flavor. They are like spice. Spice alters the taste of a dish. Similarly, planets aspecting your 6th house, or any house for that matter, will alter the flavor of the event.
Yeah.
The course of the event it will alter. Okay. So we know the significations of planets. The next and the most important step is where the 6th lord is going and sitting. Suppose 6th lord is going and sitting here, Mercury. It is Mesh Lagna, Aries ascendant. 6th lord is here, Mercury. So what is this house? It is the 9th house. 9th house of father, 9th house of teacher, guru, 9th house of ancestors, 9th house of religion. Okay. And many other things. Okay. 9th house of past life. Past life house is 9th house. Okay. Most people forget it, but classics mention it. Okay. So you know that you have a debt towards your father or your guru or towards religion or towards higher knowledge. 9th house is higher knowledge. For example, if you're doing masters in any subject, that is 9th house of education. Masters, PhD, doctorate, that is 9th house, higher learning. Or 9th house is Shastra. Shastra means ancient knowledge, biblical studies, medieval studies, or Jyotish, or so many other things. You getting it?
Yes. Yes, you combine the 6th house and the information about the 9th house, the qualities, and so you bring it to a result.
Correct. Now I know Mercury, since it is Aries ascendant, I know Mercury is significator for writing, communication, etc. Translation. So I know my 6th lord is sitting in the 9th house. I need to bring out something that my father has written or my teacher has written, okay? Or some ancient knowledge. Or I need to be involved in religious studies, or I need to be involved with a religious organization and help them in communicating their ideas to the world. I can be press secretary for a church. I can be press secretary for a religious organization. Or I can help in translating their documents or editing their documents. So various possibilities are there. As you go deeper in the chart and you study which planet is aspecting, some planet, suppose Saturn is placed here. Saturn will be aspecting this Mercury. Saturn placed here. So the 10th aspect of Saturn will be on Mercury. So Saturn is old, ancient. Old and ancient. So it could be an ancient knowledge that you are supposed to bring out. Are you getting it?
Yes.
So I see for more than 2-3 decades, I never saw horoscopes commercially. Never ever. Okay. Because that was my rule. Okay. I broke that rule when I realized just 2 months, 3 months back, I broke that rule after so many decades. I realized people are obsessed with predictions. Obsessed. They are not changing in spite of me telling it for last 15 years in my writings. People are obsessed. Yeah, I do understand. When you don't have a job, your next immediate question is, when will I get a job? Okay. Your question cannot be, when will I reach God or when will I reach Himalayas? Your question cannot be like that. But the job as an astrologer is to solve his immediate problem, answer his immediate question, and simultaneously to guide him on the path so that the problem does not repeat. You know. So if this is understood, I will take charts of uh, some celebrities.
Yes, I think, Sunil, that's fine.
Okay. Now, very important before we embark on the journey, quickly I will say, very important is understanding planet signs houses is a journey of a lifetime.
Mhm.
Journey of a lifetime. Even after 30, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years in astrology, okay, we will not understand the complete astrology because the manuscripts are so controversial, so much hidden, okay, that even understanding Jupiter is very, very tough. Very, very tough. Okay. And that is what Parashar Rishi says in the first chapter of BPHS. Understanding the movement of planets, even the best, biggest Vashishta Rishi cannot decipher it. Anyway, let's take one example. Okay. Let me share. I presume everybody knows Jamie Lee Curtis. Okay. So let me share the screen. Uh, we all know she's a Hollywood actress. She was there in that famous movie with Arnold, okay, and many other great. Now, okay, Saturn, we all know, is one of the significators of your past lifetime. Okay, let's leave that aside. That is basic knowledge we all know. Okay, but what people are forgetting is combining Saturn with sign. Which sign it is based? It is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the natural sign, okay, ninth house in the natural zodiac. Ninth house of father, ninth house of ancients, okay, higher
Mhm.
knowledge, correct? So
Yes.
whenever you're looking at Sagittarius, this thing should be there in the back of your mind. So here Saturn is in Sagittarius. So you get some hint, something to do with father. Okay, forget it. Forget it for now. See the sixth house. The sixth house has the sign Taurus, correct?
Yes, and for the people, the AS is the ascendant. Normally, we have ASC in our programs in Parashara, so that the people only understand. Yes, thank you.
The sign gives us the clue. The sign is Taurus. That means family. Taurus is family, wealth, recognition, name, fame is Taurus. Second house shows you Taurus in the natural zodiac of Aries ascendant. Okay. So this clue we are getting. Okay. Now, who is aspecting this Taurus? Okay. We have from the 12th house so many planets aspecting. Sun, Mercury, Venus, etc. Okay. Mercury is communication, Venus is Venetian things, television, films, etc. Mercury is acting, okay, communication, acting, comedy, okay, all that kind of roles. Okay. Sun is father, authority, etc. So from 12th house, it is getting influenced. And at the same time, it is aspected by Rahu. Rahu is aspecting. So Rahu shows non-clarity, unorthodox. Rahu is Karaka, significator of cheating. Getting it? Sudden actions. Rahu is significator of sudden actions. Whichever house Rahu sits in your horoscope, okay, suddenly it will happen. For example, say Rahu is in the 7th house, okay, you'll decide not to marry, or you're not getting the right boy, okay. All of a sudden, you get one guy and you'll marry. Or the 7th Lord is with Rahu, okay, or aspected by Rahu. You'll meet him, by next month you're married. You getting it? Or by next month you're engaged. That's Rahu, all of a sudden. Okay, unconventional. Okay. So anyway, we got these clues from these planets. This planet, this planet. Okay, we got the clues. Now, where is the 6th Lord going and sitting? Okay, the 6th Lord, Venus, is coming and sitting with Mercury and Sun. Mercury is documents. Sun is father. Aspected, okay, by taking the energy of Rahu, okay, here, okay. So you have 6th Lord of pending karma with father, documents, and Venetian things. When her father wrote a will saying that I do acknowledge I have children, but they are going to get nothing, no inheritance from me. Now that is shocking. It's a shocking incident. Rahu's aspect on 6th house. You know? And that energy of Rahu and Taurus, money, family life, is going in the 12th house. And you see the sign over here. This sign is Scorpio. It is showing inheritance. Why? In the natural zodiac, Scorpio is 8th house of inheritance. You getting it? Combine. If you're young in astrology or young to this technique, you will not get it. Until you see 50 horoscopes, you'll start getting the flow of it. Before that, don't judge. You know? So this technique I have been using for the last so many decades. My students, more than 10,000 students have used this technique. Okay. And you have to use this technique with each house. Suppose I want to know from 3rd house, okay, what are my debts to the 3rd house? So I take 3rd house as the ascendant. I make 3rd house as the ascendant and I see it. Okay. Let's take another chart. Okay. Let's say you want Celine Dion. It's a fantastic chart. Much more crystal clear. Okay. Some charts, it's very easy to decipher. Some charts not. Okay. Sagittarius ascendant again. Oh, it's Celine Dion hasn't come. 1 second. Yes. Karka Lagna, that means Cancer ascendant. Right. Now, you see, this is your ascendant. 6th house from it will be Sagittarius. Done. Okay. Any planet aspecting it? No planet aspect. No planet aspect. Right? Okay. But the Lord of it, the Lord of Sagittarius, is Jupiter going in the 2nd house of speech. Yes. Correct?
Yes.
So something to do with voice. Now, it is retrograde. Retrogression we know Everybody knows retrogression. One of the significations is it will not come easily. One. Second, extreme past life desire. Okay? Extreme past life desire. And it is sitting in Leo. Leo. Leo in the natural zodiac is the fifth house of love. It is in the fifth house of love, in the natural zodiac of Aries ascendant. Okay. Now, incidentally, who is aspecting this Jupiter? Okay. You have Venus and Mercury aspecting this Jupiter. We all know Venus is love, Mercury is communication. Okay. Her song became famous in hundreds of countries. Titanic song. You remembering that
Yes,
song?
yes, I love the song. Amazing.
Yes. And if you look at Celine Dion's voice, okay, if you
Mm,
really, okay, her voice is not the normal voice, you know. Her
mm,
voice has a, uh, depth,
yeah.
has a depth. Her pitch has a depth of something that is long lost. That's
Mm,
something that's coming from past life or from your past, you know. That's the depth of her voice. When you hear her voice, it brings out those kind of memories of a
mm,
retrograde planet voice.
mhm. Wow.
And you see the beauty. Venus and Mercury are again in the eighth house of darkness,
Mhm,
death, death. So the lovers in Titanic, okay, they got
mhm,
separated. One of them died. Are you getting it? So
mhm,
everything has to evolve around. I have shown it hundreds of charts of Hollywood and Bollywood actors, actresses, and all that. That the roles they do, the characters they play in a movie, okay, it's all written in their horoscope.
mhm.
It has to be, no? Otherwise, somebody else would have played Godfather, not Al Pacino. Somebody else would have. So everyone is born for a role. It has to match their horoscope. That portrayal of that character, the planets need to support common sense. The planets need to support them acting that particular character. Otherwise, they would not win the Oscar awards. Okay? So you see how beautifully, how would I summarize this? Sixth Lord in the second house of speech. So something to do with voice is her pending karma. Now, since Venus and Mercury coming, it's love, songwriting, etc. and all. Getting it? Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Let's take a chart that we all love to hate, okay, which is of Adolf Hitler. Can you see it here?
Yes, Adolf Hitler. I see it.
So now you can see, okay, Libra is the ascendant,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah.
which is the sixth house Pisces. Again, we have taken two Libra charts so far.
Mhm.
Pisces as the ascendant, Pisces as the sixth house.
House.
What is Pisces? Earlier I said past life. Okay. Death, because it is in the 12th, the natural horoscope, it is in the 12th house of exit.
Mhm.
Eighth house, third house, and 12th house. These are the houses of exit from this world. Okay. And at the same time, Pisces or 12th house is past life because that's from your immediate past. Okay. The ninth house is your collective past. Okay. From 12th house, you're coming here. So after Virgo comes Libra. Okay. After Virgo, after Virgo comes Libra. So 6 plus 1 is 7, the number of Libra. You getting it? The 12th house will always be one step behind. Na? That's your behind. That's your past.
Yes, 12 is past.
So the 12th sign will be always your ascendant sign minus 1. That is your behind.
Yes.
So that's your past. Past life. But that's your immediate past. Anyway, we have Pisces sign here. And that is the thing of exit. Is it aspected by any planet? It is not aspected by any. Please remember, we are not even taking the whole technique of seeing it from various ascendants. To make it less complicated, we are seeing it only from one ascendant.
Yes, that's enough. Yeah.
To understand the debt of your Venus, love life, you see from the 6th from Venus. Are you getting it?
Yes, you
To
can do
understand
this technique from every planet, for every planet.
from
Yes.
every planet, you take it. Okay. So if your Venus is here, okay, which will be the 6th this thing of Venus? This one. If you want to find out for Saturn, okay, so this is your karma. So you're getting specific for each planet. Okay. If you want to find out for your father, okay, so 9th house is father, okay. So you will take this house, that is Scorpio, as your debt towards your father. Anyway, so we have to see, and there are many more techniques of pending karma. But this is the simplest one, easy to understand for at least a student who knows basics of astrology.
Yes.
And even if you are a Western astrologer, you don't know Vedic astrology, you can still use this technique. Okay. Now, Hitler, you have Pisces as a 6th house.
Yes.
No aspects, no planet position. So you'll now go to step number 3. Step number 3 would be the lord of it. Where is it going and sitting? Okay. The lord of it, Jupiter, is going in the 3rd house of death. I hope everybody knows 3rd house is death. That's what BPHS says. Why? It is 8th from 8th.
Yeah.
And many other reasons. It is 8th from 8th. Okay. And many other reasons. Why 3rd house? 3rd house is subconscious mind. 3rd house is where you will have psychological problems. Wherever 3rd lord and 8th lord sits, person will suffer from psychological deficiencies. It is universal thing. All humans have somewhere or the other, we have some psychological problems. It could be on food, it could be on clothes, it could be on relationships or anything. Okay. Here it is in 3rd house of death. It is with moon, the 10th lord of karma. It is with moon, the 10th. So that means this will be his karma to deal with death. It is with Ketu, moksha karaka or exit karaka. Exit significator. That means exit from this world. Ketu shows the exit. Okay. So he has these 3 planets in the 3rd house of death. Now, how will the flavor of it be? It is in Sagittarius. You getting it? Sagittarius in the natural zodiac is the 9th house of gods.
Yeah.
Blessings of gods. 9th house of Pitris, that means ancestors. Okay. 9th house of pilgrimages. 9th house of temples, churches, religious structures. Okay. Now, it should ideally have a symbol of an old man. It is Jupiter's sign, wisdom, blessing sign. The Lord is Jupiter, the greatest benefit, we call it, correct?
Mhm.
So it should ideally have, I tell this to everyone, okay? People who are young in astrology, people who are 70 years in astrology. I say, why Sagittarius has such and such symbol? Every symbol of every sign should be questioned by us. Theories we can make up, okay? But that may not be the ultimate truth. It could be the truth. It could be some argument that we create out of a creative mind, philosophical mind. Okay. So there is one argument that ninth house should actually have a ray of light of God coming from, the clouds, ideally speaking, or an angel's symbol. That should be the sign. Ninth house of blessings of gods, whatever. Why does it have half man, half horse symbol? Okay. And the man is holding a bow and arrow and about to strike. The whole point is about to strike.
Okay.
Okay. Ninth, you see the contrast. It is an animalistic character, persona of a human being. The
Mhm.
roughness of an animal. Getting it?
Mhm.
So, this is the contradiction. Now, incidentally, there are scholars, very advanced sages of astrology, who have said that Sagittarius is a racist sign. Sagittarius is a racist sign. Now, this can be such a controversial statement. But if you look at the history of humanity, we have fought wars in every different parts of earth, different countries, mainly because of religion, at least in the olden days, for thousands and thousands of years,
Mhm.
because we were not tolerant towards each other's religion or each other's religious practices.
Yeah.
Because ninth house is religious practices also. So Sagittarius is religious practices. Okay. Racism, superiority. See, the symbol is a man on a horse. He feels he's very superior than a man standing on the ground.
Mhm. Yeah.
So there's a difference. Okay. So Sagittarius is recession. That is where his pending karma was. Okay. Whatever he did, we all know. Okay? We are not here to judge. But let me give for the audience, because an astrologer of today needs to be very balanced. Okay. He cannot be opinionated. Somewhere down the line, we will have opinions, all of us. Okay. But he needs to be as much as balanced and compassionate as possible to deal with clients' miseries. Okay.
Yeah.
And he can't be commercial by nature. That, okay, your time is 30 minutes reading. Okay. Whether you have cancer, you don't have cancer, I don't care. 31st minute, the reading is over. It cannot be like that. That's my view. Anyway, okay. So you see, there is a beautiful book called Conversations with God. Conversations with God, in the late 90s, it came out. Okay. It's by Neil Donald Walsh,
Mhm.
WALS.
Yes.
It's a bestseller all over the world, available in so many languages, millions of copies sold, part one, part two, part three, and so on. During those days of New Age spirituality, when I was around in the late 90s, okay, that book was considered a phenomenon. So this man, Neil, he's gone through downfall in life and he goes through a lot of changes. He lives on the street. He's even slept on the street or something like that. Okay. And finally, he lands up communicating with God. So he keeps on asking all kinds of questions to God and God answers. Okay. It's a beautiful book. You should read it. Sylvia, you should read it. You would love it. I'm telling you, your audience is going to love it. Okay.
Mhm.
Those are all-time spiritual classics like that, Kryon, 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 then Living with the Himalayan Masters, Autobiography of a Yogi, Living with the Himalayan Masters by Swami Rama. Okay, these are all fantastic in a novel form. Okay, these are all life experiences of those sages. Anyway, so God says to Neil, "Where do you think so? Hitler went after his death, heaven or hell?" Neil obviously says, obviously hell. Okay. So God says no. he had the toughest job of acting a character in a play or a movie which shows you what is the consequence of hatred, what is the consequence of racism, what is the consequence of power, lust for power. When we get such examples throughout history has been given by God, by the universe, of such examples. But every few years, we need to be reminded, and maybe in a more dramatic manner so that we remember forever. It doesn't mean that after Hitler, okay, all wars have stopped. You still have so many wars going on, Ukraine, Russia, this, that, etc., and all that. But at least it makes some of us understand things better. That peace, compassion, peace, understanding others is the best possible way of life. So I think I've taken enough charts, 2, 3 charts I've taken. If you feel the need, we can still take up more charts.
No, that's okay. That's fine. That's fine.
So there are many things like that in astrology, and people need to just dig deeper. You're doing a good job spreading astrology.
Yeah.
Appreciate.
Thank you very much, Sunil. And I think you also do an amazing job for all the people and everybody who is now interested more in learning these old secret techniques. You can contact Sunil John. I link all the information you find in the link below this video about his online school. And thank you so much. And I hope now we can look in our charts and look about our pending karmas and learn more about this. So thank you very, very much, Sunil.
Welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Okay, just